Three ways to transform your ability. So important, right? Connection is like the biggest thing ever. And even though we have this social distancing, so forth, it's really not necessarily about that. It's still, we have to connect regardless of how far apart we are, right? The connection doesn't stop just because we're spending less time with each other. Heck no. In fact, this is where our ability to communicate has got to be even better, because people can't necessarily the body language and all of the micro messaging that goes on with body language, right? So we've got to do something differently to connect at a higher level. And in order to do that, I'm going to give you 3 tips today to make that happen. Your ability to connect with others. And they're so simple, and yet so many people don't do. And it's difficult because as I'm working with clients, some of them will do it, and it's amazing the transformation that takes place. And others are like, oh my gosh, they just forget, right? It's not easy to do it every single day. Or is it? Right? Some things are easy to do, easy not to do. If we do them, we get the result. If we don't do them, we don't get the result, right? It's just like eating healthy or not eating healthy, or eating unhealthy. They're both easy to do, and they're both easy not to do. Some people will choose to eat healthy. Other people will choose to continue to eat garbage. It's a decision, right? We have to make a decision. But step number one, to transform or shapeshift our ability to connect with others, create a story file. I know. Come on, David. You hear say it all the time. That's right. I say it all the time, because if you create a story file, it gives you an opportunity to review it before you go in for an interview, to review it before you have conversations with team members at work, to review it before you have conversations with family. If there's a discussion going on, or you've got to make a point, or you want to be able to influence others in a positive way, what better way to do that than to be able to go back through your own personal stories and share them? Or the other things we put in our story file, right? Story inventory, story file, whatever you want to call it, would be the inspiration of others, right? Oh my gosh, I heard Brendan Bouchard talk, or I listened to Tony Robbins, or I listened to Dean told this story, and this is how it affected me and changed my life, right? Those types of stories, the transformational stories, the mentor that made a difference in your life, the moments, the magical moments that took place, right? Those types of things. All right, story inventory, story file. Start one. If you don't have one, just put it on the front of your computer, or just use a regular journal. I don't care where you put it. Just put it somewhere where you can review it. All right. So story file, create one. Number 2, I know it's pretty simple, right? Story file. What? Yeah, story file. Number 2, daily record your top 3 wins. Top 3 wins every single day. Why is that? Because we want to continuously positively stack, right? You're going to do we connect worse, right? How much more confident are you when you're celebrating yourself on a daily basis versus putting yourself all day long? Putting yourself confident, or if you show up timid or timidly, right? Yeah, if we show up in a confident manner, we are absolutely increasing our ability to connect with the people around us, right? Try going into an interview without that confidence. Try standing up in front of your team and giving them direction without confidence, right? They don't listen to you if you're timid. They only listen to you if you're confident. You're the leader. You're the one who knows what's going on. So we got to talk to people like we know what's going on, right? One of the best ways to do that is record your top 3 wins every single day. All right. By the way, for those of you who don't know me, my name is David Adams, People Steward Leadership, David Adams Speaks. And again, my purpose is to inspire leaders to embrace people stewardship so that their teams will take personal responsibility for their own development. To me, it's a huge deal, right? I've had good leaders. I've had bad leaders. Man, I learned something from all of them. Some of them what to do, some of them what not to do. But the ones that were most effective treated people like family. They treated them with love, honor, respect. They honored them, right? They appreciated them. They let you know when you were doing well, but they also were willing to pull you aside and have that conversation to let you know you got to step it up, right? But because they built the relationship on the front side, those tough discussions were always embraced, right? The change was always embraced. Why? Because they come from a position of love as opposed to a position of hate, right? It's just a different way of thinking. All right, step number 3. By the way, if you like this stuff, subscribe, hit the button, make sure you're notified when we go live each day, and come in and learn some more. All right, number 3, record your moments of magic. Moments of magic. His book entitled Storyworthy. Well, what is it? What is a storyworthy moment? What is a moment of magic? That's that extraordinary thing that happened today that you found in the day. So many people think that it's just another day. No. What was the magic moment today? What was the story-worthy moment that took place today? Now, as we write that story-worthy moment down, we're able to utilize that moment to teach other people, right? It's a big deal. I'll tell you, my story-worthy moment from yesterday, as I was on a call with a young lady, and she's like, okay, I've got my plan. It's all set. I've got my goal. I have to have it done by Tuesday. And I promise you I'm going to get it done because I am not giving this $200 check to my friend, right? So she had written a $200 check that she was going to have to give to her friend if she didn't accomplish the thing that she had on her list to do, right? Now, I don't know about sending it to a friend, but if you really want to get something done, you write that check out to a cause that you can't stand, but you know what I'm talking about. There's probably a cause out there that's got you irritated a little bit. And if you wrote a check out to them, send it. If you didn't accomplish your goals, that would be bad, right? That would not go over well. So again, story-worthy moment. Did I learn something from that? I most certainly did. And maybe you did too. Now, as I record those, if you're going in for an interview, it gives you a chance to review your story inventory. It allows you to review your story-worthy moments, your magical moments before you go into that interview. And if you've got them categorized by work and family or by topic, then next time you have to give a presentation, it's very easy to just go in, look at your story inventory, pull the stories out that you want to utilize, and then move forward. If you're writing a keynote, great. You've got your stories in there. Well, what if I'm going to do a keynote for a different organization? I'm going to pull a couple stories out, put a couple new stories in, and then I'm going to plug and play, right? Life becomes so much simpler, and it's a lot easier to connect with people if we have the story inventory categorized where we can find by topic so that we can find the stories that we need to utilize when we're going to make a point, when we want to persuade someone, and if we're going in for an interview. So again, step number 1, create a story file. Step number 2, daily record your top 3 magic moments there, your top 3 wins for the day in your journal so that you show up strong every day. And then number 3, moments of magic. What I'll tell you is that when you go in prepared for your interviews, when you go in prepared for the conversation,